How many fry crucians? Nice little carp, come here. Come here. Here's a really appetizing bait on the flat. We have fish here, I saw it splash. A nice table fish, although I just saw the fish splashing. Look at the small carp here near the reeds. Wow, what a beauty, friends. This, as you can see, oh my goodness. Here it goes, here it goes. Friends, a big hello to everyone. At 4:30 in the morning, I set out for carp fishing. I am at the wonderful Beer water body. In our area, almost all anglers know this water body. Everyone has fished here at some point. And now I'm going to mix the bait, feed all the spots, and choose a place to catch fish. Starting now, of course, with the landing net. To catch fish, starting now, of course, with the landing net. We definitely need it today, that's for sure. Because there are a lot of fish here. Carp, amur, silver carp, basically everything is here. I don't know, right now it's basically the off season for carp. Will we manage to catch something or not? We'll definitely see about that. But we will really try hard. The main thing I want to tell you is that at any water body, wherever you fish, whether it's commercial or wild, you always need to find the right approach. So you always need to choose the right bait, the right rig, and the right ground bait, because the fish can be picky everywhere. It doesn't mean that you just arrived, cast your line, and that's it. I already have my feeder set up, so today I'm fishing with a flat feeder. I'm a fan of flat feeders. I really like feeder fishing. It's quite fast. I have this Blackpool. My spool's also Blackpool 1. 6,000. And I will feed today with a pump. That is, today there will be pellets, pump bait. You need to find 3 places. Rods, 3 different baits, 3 different nozzles. From everything you need to choose something working. That's because what worked last year in this season might not work. We all know this. My main reels are Carp Pro, 7000 series Blackpools. I have budget bite alarms, Carp Pro Detect 4+1. In this case, I use 3 bite alarms, one of which I always keep as a backup. I'm not using the stone transmission for now because I'm sitting very close, so I don't need it in this situation. Here are the rods and here's the chair. I'm always on alert, so to speak. Friends, today I'm going to be using pellets. This will be a large pellet, it will be robin red. I will also be using a peppered pellet, and I might try corn as well. So we will sweeten everything well with the liquid and send it all into battle over there. As I said, we'll be feeding with a method mix at a distance. Well, I won't lie, I know the water body is about 30 meters away. You don't need to cast further here, there's actually a small channel in the riverbed right here, but it's present. Well, for the flat feeders, we'll be using regular ground bait, and we'll also be trying some other things. Today, pellets, 1.5 to 2 millimeters. Specifically the ones that fill the flat feeder. This will also have a wing scent, and we'll be using tiger nuts. And so, I think this should work, in principle today, because the water hasn't warmed up completely yet, and the fish should come to these scents. And at the baited spot, you can use regular ground bait. Already, now we're going to scoop some water. And first of all, we'll mix the pellets. I'll mix it separately in a small box. I'll start with the fire. I think I'll go with the tiger nut. Just a little bit of it. As I said, I'll be trying out different scents here in these little boxes. And sprinkle a little bit. The pellets are slowly swelling up, and it turns into a mass that we need for the feeder. I also have these new pop-ups among my baits. I need to give them a try. It's also a tiger nut pop-up. Today there will be a lot of different baits, but it's one of the main ones. This will also be a manure worm, just a regular manure worm. Guys, it's a good worm. There's always fish on it, it bites here. Some might say hi, hi, hi to the narrow worm, but I'll tell you that at the beginning of summer, this bait works best for me. And there are bodies of water where fish bite exclusively on baits of animal origin. We place the worm like this in our mold, on top of the bait, and we pack it all in.
Here we have such an absolutely delicious and incredibly tempting bait on the very flat. So what do you think? As you can see, beautiful at the Voskhod water body. Just what we need. I'm making the first cast. Let's go, Ruby. It's on packaging. Great. And a little bit of trout bait right in there. The rod I'm using for feeding is also a black pool, but it's designed for spamming, and it is long for a Dwent. If the others are 390, then this one is 420. So this is what these mini boilies look like. Here I've already put a couple on the hook. That's exactly how they look. We're also taking a feeder, putting some pellets inside, packing it in, and using the husband's pellets, pressing them down. And bait number 2, it also flies away from us. And just like that, the third bait, the third flat, is going out further. Although I just saw a fish splashing, it looked like a small carp, right here by the reeds. Let's see, maybe we'll cast something closer. Oh, I slowed down in one area so that we could feed. So that we can feed it. Put over here, and I'm reeling it in. Look at this beauty, guys. It's so beautiful in the morning, and I really like it. Here's my mini rod, as I call it. It's small. He fits in the trunk, takes up very little space, assembled quickly, and everything stands firmly. If of course someone is engaged in carp fishing professionally and it is to his liking, then of course yes, he can use large good rapports. For a flat setup with 3 rods, this is just perfect. Just like that, right over my head. And I want to remind you all that the link to all the gear will be in the description under this video. Everything I use in this video you can go and watch. I first cast the rod to the spots, and now I'm going to start feeding. The depth and distance. Here, allow me to cast first, and then feed with a spod, without getting tangled up with the main rods. The spod doesn't sink, we know that. It falls onto the water. It opens up right away, and in this way, it spills all our bait on top, and it gently sinks to the bottom. I want to say, it's a real treat. It's a real treat, it turns out. They say liquid, liquid. Here's what its trick is. And look at the cloud that's forming. After it, look, it all dissolves. It creates clouds of dust. There it is, and it's creating a great cloud. Underwater, it attracts fish. Just look at that cloud. Awesome. So there was some movement, something. Guys, flat is not a carp, but you still need to put it on your finger, because with a pump, it's heavy and you can easily cut your hand with the line. You can easily cut it, so that's how we work with it, packing it in. We prepare the bait and send it out. As you can see, the volume of this spam is small, so you will have to sweep well to transfer all this volume. In short, it's also a tricky procedure. While you're over there casting, your worm is all smoking, and you're busy with the throwing. Bite. That's it. Guys, while I'm at this pond, I'm waiting for a bite. On the other side, there are a lot of beautiful white swans swimming. There they are, the beauties. It's hard to see them because of the reeds, but there are really a lot of them, guys. When I arrived early in the morning, there was already a guy here. He had been here since last night. As we can see, about what's happening. No bites yet. Guys, so there's a lot of small fish. I'm lowering the landing net and taking a bit of tiger nuts. And I'm throwing it on top like this. Look how much is coming in. The small fish are swarming in, it's just crazy. Now we're trying to catch something. Well, who do we have here? Now let's see, among the small fish we have... The biggest one, is that a crucian carp? Yes, it is. Crucian carp. Little amers, here they are. Briefly speaking. A lot of fish, guys. Guys. There it is. Yes. Got one. We've got something. The first one is on. Let's see who it is. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Not bad, something's coming. Wow. There it is, a splash. The reel spinning. Wow, it's going, it's going. The reel spinning. A little carp, quiet. Nice little carp, come here. Come here. Come here. Got it. The first one has arrived. You just need to work, feed them better, and everything will be fine for you. Just like that. Got it. Got it. So guys, a little carp, not big, quiet. Quiet, 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 and come here. Here's a little carp. He took it from us on. And it wasn't like that. Baby. A little carp, not big. Wow. There's a good clear bite. Well done. So everything's fine. Now we will release this beauty. Here it is. Beauty. Let's go. Swim away. Guys, look at what's happening. I'm taking a small, lively one from the bucket. Just a little bit, look. How many fry? Crucian carp and grass carps and little carps all together. Here it is. This is how the bait works. Friends, I have duct tape in my hands. What do you think I'm doing right? Probably, when you took out this carp, you all heard a characteristic crunch. I stepped on my favorite landing net. You have to step on it. Because you placed it incorrectly, I thought. Let it lie on the edge. And I myself became a perfect plant on it. Guys, it's a 3-section 33-meter rod with power. Here it is like this. And so this beauty was here. And friends, he was a handsome one. Super I like the excellent one so much. Excellent. I caught bream on it. That is it. There are 2 sections here. I have 2 lengths, and when I attach the 3rd section, it turns out to be huge, and you can reach the reeds in one go. The float can be used to catch bream anywhere from the dam. Crucian carp. I caught all carp. But as you can see, I have ruined it now, so I will have to buy the upper section separately. By itself, the landing net was just a song. Well, it's my own fault. And don't get stuck. Here it goes, it's really taking off. Who is that, huh? It's really taking off so that nothing gets tangled up. It's really taking off. Wow. Wow, whoa. Wow, goodness gracious. Grass carp. Good, Good, that's a grass carp. Got it. In short, guys, as it got warmer, I somehow cursed even that table. I don't know Labach, what's wrong with him. I'm looking at him now, I'm starting to walk, I don't have any gear. Of course for grass carp today, but it bit from the bottom. It happens, well, in rare cases when grass carp bites from the bottom. And I didn't get lucky, but you saw a nice little grass carp. Wow, what a beauty, friends. Check this out, huh? Who is that sitting on a post? Cormorant. What exactly kind of hook is that, please? I have some little friends today. So this is the kind of hook I put on, and it fits the worm and the maggots, all my baits. Guys, no matter what anyone says. And the pellet forms perfectly in the flat. It forms perfectly, excellent, it packs well, and it comes out nicely. So we have cool. As a result, we have this cool thing. As you can see, it all dissolves in the water and falls off piece by piece. So guys, there's another bite. There was some slack. The indicator is going off. There was some slack. There was some slack. There is a... Wow. Really again. Oh, is it normal? Let's see what's going on there. So, another one, another big head carp. Quiet, quiet. The landing net. The landing net. It's not breathing at all. Here. And look, along with it, there's a big head carp, some kind of fish. Here's a small one. Hehe, ho 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 ho. Guys, 2 bream. I don't get how they bite on the fly anyway. How they bite on the fly? But the fact is, it's quiet. The fact is, the big head carp took the fly, that's the second one today, and this one is even a bit bigger. Big head carp on the fly is fine. I don't think so. So friends, here's the deal. Now that the big head carps have started biting, who knows why they're coming from the bottom. Yeah, on the fly. You see, with a bottom rod, I threw in the knowledge that for the silver carp on the float, I of course did not have plankton. I went over to my neighbors and begged the guys, please give me a tackle for silver carp. If you have any extra and a threshold. I was rewarded with a couple of technoplanktons, and I threw it in. Now I'm fishing there in parallel. That means I'm fishing here on the flats with regular plankton. There in the distance is my float, a big one. I threw it in. Let's see if there's anything here, because as you can see, it's very hot today, really, really hot.
They also mentioned rain tonight and all day tomorrow, so I decided to get out. Maybe it's just the weather, as always, and the carp and crucian carp aren't biting. There's also this opinion about the ponds in general. This pond is small, relatively speaking, but there are more further on. The reservoir is big, huge actually, and there's this meteorological dependence of fish in ponds on weather conditions, which means that a large pond is less affected by the weather. It's less picky about all these weather changes than a small pond. In a small pond, you really feel all these changes when it rains. The pressure, the fish are worse. Well, the fish are more sensitive. It reacts differently than in a big pond. Here, nothing is biting. We moved over and found a little hole to the left, to the right of the channel. Yeah, everything's fine, just a reservoir. But in small ponds, although the depth is practically the same, any change in pressure or any shift in the weather has a huge impact. Maybe I just happened to come on a day like this. Well, hot. It's hot, of course, yeah, unbearable, but the grass carp, it's biting, as always in this heat, guys. I just tried for the grass carp. Our plankton, I mean, there was a good pull, or maybe I got snagged, but it's definitely circling there. It's definitely circling there. It's come and is circling, you can see, the waves. The spines, the grass carp, and the float. It swam a couple of meters and then it stopped. In short spots. You see, it's coming closer, coming closer. Let's dance with tambourines. Come on, come on. Guys, I'm sitting here watching the float for the grass carp. They were biting for a bit and then went quiet. We moved away, you can see, further somewhere, and then out of nowhere, between the reeds, I see it. It's hanging there. That's someone's lure. So someone was casting and got snagged, and it broke off. Friends, well, to be honest, today's fishing turned out to be pretty weak. I was expecting better, of course, but it is what it is. With some losses, but with a bit of gain. This is a grass carp. I finally caught a grass carp. My GoPro died. I started recording, but nothing really came out right. I caught a grass carp on this tackle. Just like that, handsome. If you want, I can go out just for grass carp sometime with the right gear and everything, if that would be interesting to you. Just like that, I'm heading home now. Guys, the heat is unbearable. The tongue gets tangled, as they say, yeah. So that's it. Good luck to everyone. Bye for now.